Hello, my name is Thomas Cornett. I am currently a graduate student at the University of Houston, where I am pursuing a master's in engineering management. I currently live in Kima, Texas, which, if you're not familiar with the area, is about 30 minutes southeast of downtown Houston. I've lived in Texas since 2021, but before that, I am a born and raised West Virginian. I grew up in the small town in the Appalachian Mountains, where I went to Marshall University for my undergraduate studies in mechanical engineering. You may have heard of Marshall University before. There's actually a movie out called We Are Marshall, starring Matthew McConaughey, so check it out. Since 2021, I have worked full-time professionally as a product development engineer in the turbo machinery industry. So for the last 4 years, my job has been to, at a high level, create a product definition for gas turbine components. So my job includes creating the 3D CAD models, manufacturing drawings, metallurgical testing, creating material and component specifications, as well as handling the relationships with our global vendors. I'm also over all of the first article and pilot lot qualification. That's the qualification for the first production sets of the parts that we make. So it's a pretty fulfilling job. Although manufacturing can take time, in the 4 years I've been here, I've been able to see several of my components installed into machines that I did from start to finish. So it's a very fulfilling job, and I like what I do a lot. I started at the University of Houston in fall of 2025, so this is my second semester. And outside of work and school, with the limited free time that I have, I like to do anything outside. As we all are, constantly surrounded by technology, both work and school, so I really like to do anything out in the sun, put my phone down, stay away from screens. So pretty much weekly, I go hike on trails I've never been to before, and then I love camping. I don't get to do it as much as I would like, but if I can do it once a month, that's great. Outside of being outside, a big part of my life is making things. So I love 3D printing, electronics, woodworking. It's a big part of who I am. For years, I've had a sort of a side business where I make my own product and sell it on Etsy or trade shows or my website. So that's also been a time-consuming thing, but it's very fulfilling, very fun. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Big into music. I'm a piano player. It was a big part of my youth. Now I don't play as much as I used to, but it is another avenue where I can it's another creative outlet that I have. But outside of that, that's really an overall summary of who I am, what I'm currently up to, and sort of my history. That's sort of the completion of the assignment, but due to the 5-minute requirement, I'll spend the next 1 minute showing a couple of the things that I've made. First is this simple tablet holder. It's simple in geometry, very simple to make, but this is a good example of a lot of the stuff that I do. So the aesthetic is something that I do. I like the matte army green, the nice stained walnut. So this is a green 3D printed tablet stand, and then I laser cut 1/8-inch thick walnut hardwood and inlaid it into the print. So it the wood kind of elevates it and gives it a bit more premium of a finish. Some of the other things I've made a lot of different types of lighting. I'm really interested in making like lamps and soft lighting, so I have several different variations of those. So if you're curious about other things that I've made or also like to make things, please reach out. I'd love to discuss and maybe collaborate on some things. Thank you.